Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Shout out to the comment section from my previous video. You guys have been amazing. Let's go and check out when men fight back against woke people. And I have already done a couple of videos related to the same topic with delusional women being just dumb, and I really enjoy reacting to those. So let's go and check out this one by the Poor Man's Podcast.
You know there's no fishing on this property, right?
Hey, how about we try mind your business on my mind?
Oh, really? Oh, bastard.
Now, me personally, I'm gonna need you to stay over there.
We're just trying to bring awareness. Do you not like my outfit? I look okay.
So mean. And he's the bastard.
No, I am part of this. I'm gender fluid. I'm trans myself, so I can wear. And what are you talking about? See, why do they get to decide who's trans and who isn't? That's it. These people.
We know you, Alex.
What? And I'm also Alexandria. I wear this outfit a lot. Okay.
Because I know you, Alex.
Oh my God! See, isn't that funny? They're making fun of my dead mom. That's really nice.
Oh, she knows him though on personal level.
Well, yeah, I didn't say the virus.
Wow,
These
that's
people
so
are making
mean.
fun of people's dead moms. Wow, these are really good people. I know she would have. My mom was my biggest fan. I know, but see, at least
But she's dead.
Yeah, but I was closer to my mom. Yeah. So,
That's so mean.
these are the people we deal with. These are the people that say they're nice. They make fun of people's dead moms.
She can make jokes about people's dead parents, but God forbid somebody somewhere makes a joke about a fat woman. She's so big I had to put my phone in landscape mode. She's so big my damn cell phone got heavier watching that video.
Fat bitches need to shut up. Bro.
Okay, I don't like fat shaming in itself because I personally have PCOS and it's very difficult to lose weight with having insulin resistance and issues, medical issues like that, or if you have diabetes and stuff like that. So fat shaming is not like people who are fat, they're not always fat because they are lazy and they eat a lot. They have like medical reasons as well. So I'm really against fat shaming because sometimes it's out of your hand and you cannot do anything about it. However, if you are a fat person but you are so mean to other people, you should expect that people are going to be shaming you for the way you look. Like, it's fair. That's what's fair.
Respect in all honesty, like, it be a lot of the fat hoes talking. You fat bitches need to shut the fuck up.
Wow.
On God.
Do you know what else is not in the Constitution?
Real quick, she's a doctor. Continue.
Do you know what else is not in the Constitution? Your right to vote. Your right.
Voting, voting, and voting. Remember, she's a doctor.
Your right to marry.
Just because she's a doctor doesn't mean she's
Marriage.
smart.
She's
maybe
a doctor.
good. She's smart in her
Right to
field.
privacy.
But this has nothing to do
Privacy.
with it.
But she's a doctor.
Your right to a fair trial by your peers.
Fair trial, fair trial, fair trial, fair trial. This
That's
is a fucking
crazy.
doctor.
People are not even reading.
There is also no
They're not
mention
even
of
getting
women
educated.
or any women's rights in the Constitution.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, it's the worst thing you can do to your own business, to your own life, is by using your company and your public persona on TikTok or whatever, where you promote your business probably, and talk shit like this. Talk stupid shit like this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying that the Constitution is not important, but it is outdated.
You have never read it, and you're a fucking doctor.
Has anybody noticed that our college institutions are starting to turn out more social justice warriors than they are actual professionals? Women are happier without children or a spouse, says happiness expert. What is a happiness expert?
Nah. Yeah, what is a happiness expert? Who are you to tell me what makes me happy and what doesn't make me happy? Like, what the hell? That makes no sense. I do, though, understand that women have less stress and their body physically doesn't go through the same thing as if they are a mother. So that is 100% true and real. Because when you are married and you have children, you're not only worrying about yourself, you're worrying about your spouse. You care about someone else, you know. Selfish people care only about themselves. And of course, they will treat themselves the best. And you're going to live a better life if you only care about one person in your life. That's it, yourself. If you care about multiple people in your life and you're a good mother and a good wife, then yeah, stress gets you.
Have empirical data that shows that women above the age of 50 that are childless and not married are far more likely to use antidepressants and anti-anxiety medication.
For
the
sure.
obesity paradox. How fat can be good for you. That doesn't seem politically biased.
No.
Why all straight men should try pegging once.
Come on, man. Get your freaky ass on, man. On King Dave. Take your ass back to Diddy crib.
So a doctor can't define to me what a woman is, but a doctor's gonna tell me why I should be pegged. I'm sure that wasn't written by a man-hating feminist. The reason why colleges are pushing out so many more active activists than they are professional nowadays is because in the college setting in 2024, only one opinion is allowed to be heard, and if it goes against the feminist narrative, it's not allowed to be talked about at all.
Female academics reported greater willingness than their male counterparts to support dismissal campaigns against a colleague who has conducted research that reached a controversial conclusion. A 2018 study of over 4,000 full-time college students on issues related to free speech on campus and diversity and inclusion found that 71% of men reported that protecting free speech is more important than promoting an inclusive society. 59% of women said promoting an inclusive society is more important than protecting free speech. 58% of men said that it is never acceptable to shut down speakers or to try to prevent them from delivering their remarks. 58% of women said that it was sometimes or always acceptable. A 2022 paper in which 574 undergraduates, graduates, and PhD students were asked to allocate 100 points towards 5 different academic priorities found that men allocated more points toward academic freedom and advancing knowledge than women, and women allocated more points towards social justice and emotional well-being than men. A 2020 paper in which 140 academic faculty at colleges and universities in the
This actually kind of makes sense because we are emotional, like women are emotional, and for us the society thing is more important than the academic thing and the work thing. Like if you look at it engraved throughout centuries and decades, women are the ones who dealt more with social matters, and they dealt with their emotions at home, with their friends, with their neighbors. They socialized, they talked about random topics on the street, gossip, whatever, you know, but while men actually worked on academic achievements. So it kind of is engraved in us. Things are changing right now with women getting more educated, and it's really worrisome to see that these are educated women who are striving for these topics nowadays, but that kind of tells you that things didn't really change that much.
United States completed the same 5-point allocation task and found that women allocated more points to social justice and emotional well-being than men, and consequently had fewer points to allocate to advancing knowledge, academic rigor, and academic freedom, although these latter 3 did not reach statistical significance. A 2021 paper found that male researchers were more likely to specify scientific progress or the advancement of knowledge as the aim of their research. Female researchers were more likely to specify societal progress or external usefulness as the aim of their research. A 2021 survey of over 468 psychology professors from the top 100 universities in the US found that when asked whether scholars should be completely free to pursue research questions without fear of institutional punishment for their research conclusions, among men, the majority, 60% said yes. Among women, the majority, 59%
it is
said
complicated,
it's
I do
complicated,
understand.
and 39% said yes, and only...
It's complicated because it can be scary. There could be really well-educated people and really smart people who will know how to use specific information to come with a conclusion that is really good for them, however, not looking on another side, and then run those studies in order to manipulate the outcome. And that could be really problematic. That's why it is really complicated. Like, I understand having this perspective, but also these people need to be ready to talk about the other side, and it is difficult if you don't have someone who is also educated in the same sphere or on the same topic, and then you just hear one side. A lot of people can get brainwashed. They're not going to go through the process of eliminating information and truth and fact from those studies. So that's why it's really complicated. A lot can happen here.
0.6% said no. When asked whether scientists should prioritize the truth or social equity goals when the two conflict, among men, the majority prioritized truth. Women, on the other hand, the majority said it's complicated.
For them, everything's complicated.
And 43% prioritized the truth. 4.8% prioritized social equity. The overall theme of these differences is that men are more committed than women to the pursuit of truth as the raison d'etre of science, when women are more committed to various moral goals, such as equity, inclusion, and the protection of vulnerable groups. Put more simply, men are relatively more interested in advancing what is empirically correct, and women are relatively more interested in advancing what is morally desirable.
How are colleges pushing towards educational excellence if 60% of the people who go to colleges are women, and 60% of those women, which are the majority, believe that things that are contrary to their opinion shouldn't even be heard? If anything, college should be the place that challenges your views, so you can either change your views or you can strengthen the arguments for why you believe what you believe. I know some of y'all might be wondering, how do these feminist organizations suppress the data? Y'all remember when it was a popular talking point to say that when a male and a female college student are both drunk and they sleep with each other, only the male student R-worded the female student? Well, that's because feminist organizations teamed up with the educational institutions to go to the CDC to make them change the definition of the R-word to only penetrative. So basically, by the new definition, if you did a study based on the male experience of the R-word on college campuses, it would be disregarded because only men can technically penetrate women. Here are the actual statistics of the R-word and assault on college campuses when you make everything equal.
This is from researchgate.net. It's publication 33. You can look at it. Millennial women use physical violence to essay twice as often as millennial men, or all previous generations. You can find also there 60% of college women confess to. Hang on.
Can we run that back?
Yeah.
Okay, you said, repeat that stat again.
Millennial women use physical violence to essay. They actually use the R word here, but I don't want to use it because you're on TikTok. Twice as often as millennial men or all previous generations.
Okay.
ResearchGate.net, publication 33, 60% of college women confess to SA facilitated by drugs and alcohol, 9% to using a weapon. This is from a book called Sexual Aggression. You can find it on Amazon.
No
43%
way.
of college men and high school youth report being SA'd, assaulted, or R-worded 95% of the time by women. APA.org, pubs, journals. 51% of college men reports being SA'd or R-worded since the age of 16. 95% by women. ResearchGate publication 23, according to the CDC's 12-month statistics on sexual violence, the most accurate statistic on the prevalence. 50% of the victims of forced sex were male, according to the CDC's lifetime statistics. The most accurate statistic regarding who is R-wording who. On who is perpetuating SA, 80% of the men were R-worded by women. You can also find on the worldwide survey, this is from ResearchGate publication 64, found that 3% of men reported forced sex in a heterosexual relationship and 2.3% of women reported forced sex in their heterosexual relationship, meaning that women will wake up a man with a BJ far often than he will wake her up with X when it is not warranted. So, by the way, this goes on and on and on. I have so many stats on this, it's unbelievable. Crazy. What they did, the CDC, was they said if it's non-penetrative sex, they dismissed the findings. They dismissed them because it's non-penetrative. So basically, all male SA is ruled out as being SA. It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my life.
That makes no sense.
A woman can't penetrate a man? Is that what they're saying?
Well, no, not generally. What are they going to penetrate them with? Their finger?
Yeah.
Well, no, I don't think, no. What they do is they drug them. Or they sleep with them while they're drunk, or things like this. If the role,
and then they get pregnant, and then they ask to get married or elimination. The thing that you pay for monthly. Great English. Can we get a like for that?
That is, if the roles reversed, it's considered SA by these colleges. So they're applying the same standard the college applies to SA towards women, where you get your stats of how many women were SA'd on a college campus. Crazy. They're applying the same exact standard to men.
Okay, so you're saying the statistic...
You know what I think it is? Like, women think that some women, okay, not me, but some women, I think, I'm not sure. They think that a man always desires a woman. They always want sex. It's always on their mind. They think with their pee-pee first. Like, that's what they think. And then they cannot really comprehend the idea of a man not wanting it at a certain point in time, like denying it, not feeling like it, and being forced to do it. Like, how dare a man not want his woman at a certain point in time, and I feel like that's also like a society thing, that we grew up thinking that men are only interested in one thing and one thing only, and there is no way they're not. And then if a woman does that to a man, it couldn't be an essay because he's stronger. He can literally remove her from himself and stuff like that. But what they don't understand is that in a lot of situations, men tend to just get persuaded to do it because they don't want the hassle of arguing with their woman and having to deal with a whole day of telling her it's not you, it's me, you know, like I still love you, you're still hot for me, you know, like, and having to deal with that without being accused that he cheated on her and stuff like that. So they end up pretending that they want to do it, and they end up doing it even though they don't feel like it, which is really sad.
That I have that are saying that men perpetuate most smexual, whatever, violent crimes. You're saying that those statistics are telling me something different?
Those are convictions, right?
Well, they're telling you what you're looking at is a mixture of FBI statistics based on prosecution. This is looking at the same way where public data is gathered for how many women have been essayed. So you've heard this before, right? Most essay goes unreported. Most R word goes unreported. Yeah. You've heard that? Right. Okay, so the only way that you can gather that data is based around self-reports. So since they're gathering it around self-reports, they use the same standard to gather these same self-reports for men, and lo and behold, it was higher than what women reported.
So when you see objective reality being refuted by more and more professionals, just understand that when they go into these institutions are geared more towards caring about people's emotions than they are objective truth. What type of institution with integrity would do something like this?
The Scripps National Spelling Bee now accepts misspelled words as correct.
No, what the why? No way, man. What is happening?
Women, spelled W-O-M-E-N, can now be spelled as W-O-M-Y-N. They're saying it is
because they don't want to have men and women. Oh my God!
As in the Merriam-Webster Unabridged Dictionary, W-O-M-Y-N is a variant spelling of women used in feminist contexts since it omits the M-E-N ending. So now I guess at the spelling bee, if someone spells it wrong, they just say, hey, you know what? That's close enough. That spelling is your truth.
I mean, yeah and no. If it already exists in some type of dictionary that is allowed to be used or referenced in the actual spelling context or contest, not context, I would say then that is all right. What they have to do is say not the original spelling of a woman, but the one that feminists use in certain situations or whatever. Because usually you can ask, can I use it? Can you use it in a sentence, or can you use it like in a reference or something? And then they can say that type. Like, I would understand that perspective, but I would not understand misspelling actual words. Like, instead of saying words, saying works, and then be like, okay, good job. Yeah, that's close enough.
These institutions to demonize men, weaponize women, and push out their propaganda because only one side of the story is allowed to be heard. So when you see these institutions churning out more activists than professionals, it's not even surprising. They're echo chambers where if you don't agree with them, your studies aren't allowed and your voice isn't allowed. Just remember that a smart dog is easier to train than a dumb dog. And just because you go to these institutions, it don't even necessarily make you smart. And just because you're intelligent, it doesn't make you wise. Some of the wisest things I've ever heard were told to me by the dumbest people I ever talked to. Let me know in the comments below if this video was a W or a L, and give me the HBO special. That's El Brother Out special. Hit the like and the subscribe button for more content. Until next time.
I would not even be able to repeat what he just said. I mean, he is 100% right. I finished English language and literature university. I can be a teacher, English teacher. Bruh, I don't even know English. I forgot English. Like, I don't even use English in teaching, so I forgot how to teach. I just speak normal language to myself in my room every day, so nobody there to even correct me, you know? Yeah, some things you learn, and it's been like years. Come on, ages. I know. I'm just giving you excuses here and there. Dumb as fuck, that's what I am. But no, really, I think that this thing, like, if we are gonna go that far to change words to make it as close as possible so we don't hurt people's feelings, that is complicated. It's complicating world, it's complicating our life, our existence, it's complicating our education, and it's already complex enough. No wonder people want to go and live in a cottage in the middle of the woods, like in the middle of a forest. Like, this is too much. Like, I don't know. How far are we going to keep allowing this to happen until we all have depression and anxiety and stress and we all end up in actual asylum, because this will throw us there?